The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Who's telling the truth and who's lying about what NFL teams are saying about Ty Simpson? We'll break down the latest from Daniel Jeremiah responding to Dan Orlovsky and much more Jet-related news. It is the Jake Asman Show on baseball opening day. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. As always, we're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Happy opening day to every baseball fan out there. Yankees with a win last night. Mets with a win this afternoon. I made some money betting on the Mets with FanDuel Sportsbook. The Mets, they might not be the best team in the history of baseball, but they are the best team on opening day in the history of baseball. So congrats to the Met fans out there who watched their team knock around Paul Skeens in the first inning and hold on for a victory at Citi Field. Let's talk some Jets, and I find the Ty Simpson discourse to be fascinating because you have Dan Orlovsky saying what he said earlier this week on Get Up, that Ty Simpson's the best quarterback in this draft. He's better than Fernando Mendoza. He then goes on Pat McAfee's program, and McAfee basically gets into the argument with him saying, what are you talking about? How could you say this? And Orlovsky backpedals. And then Orlovsky, in the middle of all that, threw out the line that he was texting with 12 to 15 GMs or decision makers with organizations. And he said that a lot of people agreed with him. And that just doesn't pass the smell test. I don't think anyone believes that. So Daniel Jeremiah, former NFL front office executive, former scout, the lead guy with the NFL Network for the draft, he was asked on a show today by Nick Costas, hey, have you heard what Dan has heard? And I found Jeremiah's response to be notable.
He said that he's talked to some decision makers, that there are teams that prefer Simpson to Mendoza. Do you get that sense that there are some teams out there that do prefer Ty Simpson to Fernando Mendoza, DJ? You're obviously as plugged in as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can talk to different people, but I have not talked to anyone that has that. So, and that's not saying that he's saying anything untrue. He just is talking to different folks, apparently, than the folks that I've been talking to. But I have not. And that goes obviously from the Raiders and a bunch of other teams too. And it wasn't particularly close.
DJ, the big story right now in the NFL draft, and we'll give a tip of the cap to our friend Dan Orlovsky, who was kind of ESPN, who's kind of made this a national story. Your opinion on the Mendoza-Simpson debate and where Daniel Jeremiah comes down on it.
The whole trial balloon of it was an agency favor and all that kind of stuff. I'm represented by the same agency, and Ty Simpson is my 38th player, and Fernando Mendoza is my number 1 overall player. That's not really how this whole thing works. So that was kind of silly to me. Dan's a good friend of mine, and long before he went on TV and talked about this opinion, we had shared a lot of text messages back and forth. I share a different opinion than he does, and so we had this conversation over text probably a week ago. And I ended up, the last thing he said, look, I finished up all the tape. He felt the way he felt. My advice to him was, look, hey, if you've done all the work, when you've done all the work, then you can be confident in your opinion. And that's what your job is, to give your opinion.
So look, I have no issue with Dan Orlovsky's opinion. My big problem with what he said earlier this week is that he said, what big games has Fernando Mendoza played in? When Fernando Mendoza didn't just play in big games. He starred in big games, including the Big Ten championship game and the playoff run where he made plays and was sensational, including how dominant he was against Ty Simpson's Alabama team. So I just thought Dan's argument with McAfee in particular were disingenuous, but I don't think Dan said what he said because he's repped by CAA and so is Ty Simpson. I'm glad Jeremiah said, yeah, I'm rep by the same agency as well. People need to stop using that as a reason why analysts on TV have opinions or on radio have opinions they do. These agencies are gigantic. It has nothing to do with that. I just think Dan kind of fell victim to like the hot take stuff. Like he got some blowback from his initial tweet a few weeks ago when he's like, I started watching the tape on Ty. Wow. And then didn't add any context. And then he just kind of doubled down and then went all the way with it. I think Ty is better than Fernando. But most people don't believe that. They don't. If they did, we'd hear more of it. Daniel Jeremiah would hear more of it. I feel like this whole media discourse now has kind of taken on a life of its own. You got Mike Tannenbaum saying the Jets, it's a no-brainer for them to take them at 16. In what world is it a no-brainer? His rationale, as I discussed on the first show today, was, well, you have 4 shots on goal over the next 2 years because of their first-round picks in 2027. That's a ridiculous premise. You don't just burn the 16th pick because, we could try again next year. You got to have conviction in a quarterback. It's not like other positions. You got to have a real plan in place. You need to have organizational alignment. Is the head coach on board? The GM on board? Is the owner on board? How does the OC feel about this, right? I care more about Frank Reich's opinion on Ty Simpson than I do Aaron Glenn's. Aaron Glenn knows nothing about quarterback play. You pick Justin Fields. We don't need to hear from Aaron Glenn on Ty Simpson. We need to hear from Frank Reich, who played the position, from Bill Musgraves, who's been a quarterback coach in the league for a long time. Their opinions matter more than the head coach. The entire organization, though, needs to be aligned. And again, the biggest issue that I have with taking Ty Simpson 16th overall is he'd be a real outlier. Here's more from Jeremiah. This is courtesy of Shine Time, which is Adam Shine's new program with the New York Post. He was a guest on with Adam, and this was Jeremiah just breaking down the pros and cons of Ty Simpson as a prospect and why Jeremiah did not have him going in the first round in his latest mock draft.
I mean, for me, nothing's really changed. I went back and looked through it. So I've had 3 lists that have come out in terms of my top 50. He started out as my 40th player on the first list. He was my 40th player on the second list. He was my 38th player on the most recent one. So I've always thought of him as a second-round pick. I think of, when you're an evaluator, I think the word value, comes into play. And I like him. I don't think it's like you love him or you hate him. I like him. He's got really good feet. He's got nice stroke. He can make, layered throws. There's a lot of good things. And he did it over, 7-8 games, which was impressive. There's 3 or 4 games, including the conference championship game against Georgia, which was not good. So there's some uneven play there. Then you add the fact that he's not the biggest guy in the world. And you put that together with 15 starts when you're fighting up the hill here. When Cam Newton's the only one since 2011 with fewer than 17 starts to be a good player as a first round pick with that little experience. And Cam Newton is a cyborg. Like, he's a freak show. Like, there's no comparison there. So when I think of an evaluation, it's about the value. And for me, when you assume the risk that you're going to take here, that I value him as that early second round pick. Now, if somebody wanted to take him late in the first round, I have no problem with that. But for him to be a top 15, top 20 pick, I don't think that's where the value is.
I agree. And value needs to be a part of the conversation in the draft. The draft is all about value. It's also about mitigating risk. And we need to view the Jets through a different lens than how we viewed them in the past in terms of like the demand and the need to get a quarterback. Yes, they need a quarterback, but they have positioned themselves to not have to be desperate to get that QB. I know we don't want another year of bad offensive football and not winning games. But if you take Ty Simpson just because, we need a long-term quarterback answer and you don't have a plan for him or he's not good enough to warrant the 16th pick in the draft, you're going to be picking a quarterback in 2027 anyway and wasting a premium asset that could be a stud player. And here's the issue that everyone needs to really understand the Jets could find themselves in if they were to draft Ty Simpson in the first round. How many games is he actually playing? How many games does Ty Simpson get in there and play if you take him 16th overall? Gino's going to start the year. Let's say he plays reasonably well. When is Ty Simpson playing? When the Jets fall out of it? So let's say Gino plays 10 games. Is 7 games enough of Ty Simpson to know whether or not you need to take a quarterback in 2027? And who's the head coach in 2027? Is it Aaron Glenn? If it's not, is Mike Tomlin or Sean McDermott or whoever they hire, are they going to want Ty Simpson or want their own quarterback? The argument, I believe, for still drafting Ty Simpson, but not at 16, but if he's there in the second round, well, what if he's Tyler Shuck? And then all of a sudden you have all these resources and you don't need a quarterback. Or what if he's Jackson Dart, where Dart wasn't able to save Brian Daboll's job because the Giants organization was such a mess, but Dart playing well enough when he got the opportunity to play made the job attractive for a guy like John Harbaugh to want to be the head coach of the Giants. So, like, that's part of the conversation, too. And why I think you should continue to take swings at the quarterback, but you don't force it. There's people saying just take them no matter what. Mike Tannenbaum, you got 4 shots on net. Whatever he said, 4 shots on goal. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this guy was a GM. You just burn the pick. You got to scour for quarterbacks. Yes, Mike, you do. But we're talking about the 16th pick in the draft. Think about the fact that this pick that the Jets got, that wasn't supposed to be pick 16. The Colts fell apart. That was pick 32 when the Jets made the Sauce deal. Take advantage of the fact that you got this gift of a top 16 pick. Turn it into a star. If they feel Ty Simpson's a star, that's different, but I don't believe they feel that way. I don't have evidence to support that at this point. Now, if they take him, Darren Muji's tying himself to Ty Simpson, whether he likes it or not. I don't believe he's on the hot seat, but if they draft Ty at 16 and the Jets are terrible this year and Ty doesn't look good when he gets a chance to play, he's hurting his ability to potentially be here beyond Aaron Glenn. Like, I don't believe they're tied at the hip. I've been on the record saying that. But if you take the swing at quarterback now when you don't have to because you position yourself with 3 first-round picks in 2027, well then, are you sure you're going to be here for 2027? That's what you got to consider. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's do a jersey giveaway on our show today. If you want to win a Namath jersey, Klecko, Martin, Krabet, Revis, Mangold, or Keyshawn Johnson, make sure you enter the Asmaniac Raffle by gifting a channel membership or sending in a $10 super chat or higher to qualify. Appreciate everyone who's tuned into our shows. We got the weekly raffle on Saturday. Signed Joe Namath helmet, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Breece Hall helmet. I know there's been a big debate in the Jets Twitterverse today surrounding Arvell Reese at pick 2. Frankie V, not a fan of Reese. Joe Blewett is a huge fan of Reese. They had a Twitter spat this morning. Both of them will be putting on the gloves and joining me on Tuesday this upcoming week for a big-time debate. So for those who've been following that, get ready for a big-time back and forth between Joe Blewett and Tanky V on Tuesday. I wanted to promote that before we get into some of your calls and some other topics I wanted to hit on. It's going to be a battle, folks. Tanky V going up against Joe Blewett. Can't wait. Now, here's the other clip I wanted to play on Ty Simpson. Todd McShay was asked on Bill Simmons' podcast about the Orlovsky comments. And as McShay is breaking down Ty Simpson's game and how there's things he likes about Simpson that are actually better than Fernando Mendoza, I think the end here is why, if anyone with the Jets is listening, why you ultimately can't pick this player with the 16th overall pick. Take a listen, then we'll get to some of your calls, plus Asmaniac Madness as well.
You're a purist and you're someone who just like has studied the quarterback position your whole life, and you put on the tape for Ty Simpson. It's how the game's supposed to be played. It's pre-snap. It's identifying its control at the line of scrimmage. It's utilizing the motions pre-snap and tendencies on the defensive side to identify. Then post-snap, it's quick reads. It's everything's in rhythm. Everything's on schedule. It's beautiful. But then you get to game 9 or 10, and the play starts to decline. Now, if I'm making excuses for Ty Simpson, it's, well, they had like the 126th best running game in all of college football. Then you've got the pass protection that started to fail because Brent Venables came to town with that Oklahoma defense and kind of showed some weaknesses in how to attack it. From that point on, everyone was kind of doing some of the same things. He's taking a beating. And then your top wide receiver, the star playmaker who came in recruiting class with like 1A and 1B was Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. And he just disappears. So all those factors add up. And so if you're watching the tape into November, Ty Simpson's clearly better than Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza didn't play well against Iowa or Oregon or Penn State. But the fourth quarter, after he made interceptions in all those games, late in those games, after that, when the game was on the line and all the pressure was there, he was perfect. He was awesome. Couldn't stay healthy as 1 year as a starter. 15 starts, it means you are the outlier of outliers. Anyone with fewer than 25 starts, it's been a struggle. Anyone with fewer than 20 starts, it's been an outright bust as a first-round pick at quarterback. So it's this juggling of like, my eyes tell me Ty Simpson's every bit as good, in some ways better and more NFL ready than Mendoza. But history and general managers who have to assess risk are saying Mendoza's the safer pick. He's in that range of starts. He's in that range of size. He can run on a straight line. He won the big games. That's the debate.
And it's not really a debate because I don't believe Dan Orlovsky. I don't think there's NFL teams that have Ty ahead of Mendoza. I believe Daniel Jeremiah, who said he checked in with people and he has not heard that. Mel Kiper said the same thing. It's too risky for the Jets. Now, I like him, so I'm willing to take him in the second round because I think he's a second-round quarterback. I could justify taking him based on what McShay was just talking about. The beginning of the year, he looked really good. Played half the year injured. The run game for Alabama was 125 out of 136. Was top 50 in the previous 3 years. Like, this was not your typical blue blood Alabama team that we've grown up watching. Alabama this year had more drops among their skill players than the previous 2 years combined, and the most in at least the last 12 years. Like, I could sell you on Ty Simpson if you want to be sold on Ty Simpson. I just will not sell you on Ty Simpson at pick number 16. I think it'd be irresponsible by the Jets. But he's a great kid. There's a lot to like. And for those saying, well, his numbers only dipped because he was injured, you could argue that. But if you got injured in college and you're a little undersized to begin with, right? 6'1", how does that translate to the next level? Here was Ty a couple months back at the Combine talking about the injuries he played through this year.
Some people about your injuries that you had during the end of the year, too, just a little bit. What you were fighting through. I know you don't like to make excuses, but go ahead and tell it.
Well, first off, I want to say this, right? If there's any chance that I can be out there and play, for my guys, like, I'm going to do that.
Right.
So, whether it's walk, like, I'm able to walk, able to talk, like, I'm going to go out there and play. So, I twisted my back up a little bit, so it made it difficult sometimes to throw. And then, unfortunately, with the medicine that I took, it really messed up my stomach. And towards the end of the year, I weighed about 195, and I'm 215 now. But it was difficult because I couldn't eat anything besides chicken noodle soup.
I knew you had lost weight. I could watch. Listen, I've been doing this my whole life. I played. My dad played. So I was sitting there going, man, he's beat up, and you could tell you had lost it, and it probably affected you in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, did give me some cushion, but it was something to where, right, like, it was out of my control. Taking some anti-inflammatories messed up my stomach, but I hadn't taken any since, and now I'm 215. I feel healthy as an ox, and I'm ready to roll.
He's ready to roll, baby. He is ready to roll. Will he be a Jet, though? That's the question. I don't think, gun to my head, he will be, but I'm not ruling it out. Again, the Jets are taking him out to dinner tonight. They're not doing that for all the quarterback prospects. They're just not. They're only doing it for ones they identify as worthy of spending time and really getting to know the prospect. I don't know the exact rules off the top of my head or what the CBA requires, but you can't take every prospect out to dinner. Now, what they're going to order at dinner tonight in Tuscaloosa, that I don't know. Maybe I'll text Samini and ask. But Rich reported this morning that tonight, Jets are whining and dining, Ty, in Tuscaloosa, and they're bringing everybody. Muji, Glenn, Frank Reich, and Bill Musgrave will be at the dinner. Where they're eating, what they're eating, we don't have that information. But they're clearly doing their due diligence, which is fine. But if you're going to take a quarterback at 16, that means you're all in on him. Like, Muji doesn't get to separate himself from this pick. Now, if he's right, no one's going to care. If he's wrong, he'll be used against him. That's how this goes. And I just think if you're Darren Muji, when your job is not on the line at this point, when no one's expecting you to come away with your long-term answer at the position, you don't need to take this swing. So if you were to take this swing, that tells me they really believe in the guy, and they better be right. If this becomes our reality, Jet fans, first look at Ty Simpson in a Jets uniform. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Raffle for a Jets jersey at the end of the show. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, is the first to enter the raffle. He is in for one.
Jets, Jets.
Let's set the stage now for a little Asmaniac Madness, folks. We've had some great matchups inside the grown-ass man region. But, folks, right now it's time to get you set for the 3 versus 14 battle featuring the 3 seed, Purple Belt Mike, going up against the 14 seed, Jack Straw. Here's where we stand in terms of the region. King Lowski picked up the win over Raven earlier. So the winner of PBM and Jack Straw will face the King in the next round. With that, it's time to vote. Your vote determines who will win. Ladies and gentlemen, voting for Asmaniac Madness this afternoon is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show walk.
Let's get to your calls, ladies and gentlemen. And when it's your day to go in Asmaniac Madness and you're able to call in, you bat lead off.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, he might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck. Yo, what's up, everybody?
PBM.
Vote for me, baby. Vote for me. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. But, yeah, I got my inspection tomorrow with Brown's Dodge. It's a different dealer that I have friends at that are going to look at my car. And then I'm meeting with the GM of the other dealer at 11:30. So it looks like I'm going to be taken care of, though. So I'm not worried. As long as there's no damage to the car, then I'm going to be A-okay.
Well, I hope it goes well for you, Mike.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of warming up to Ty at 16.
Oh no.
I'm hearing a little bit, and I'm like, oh man, if he can be the guy, then why not? You know. But I do want Mekhi Lemon, but I think he's not going to be there. I think like all the players that we want aren't going to be there, and it's going to be like between Ty and like another guard or something, you know. And at that point, because all the players that we really want are gone, why not take the shot on Ty? You know what I mean?
You don't think there'll be a single receiver that is worthy of pick 16 that will be there?
I think the injured kid, what's his name? Ty something? No, wait.
Jordan Tyson?
Tyson, yeah. I think he's going to be there, and that's a mistake. D. Milner all over again. I don't want anybody with an injury history. No injury history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
I can't do it. I can't do injury history players. We've had.
You got to do your homework,
the
though.
same thing.
JSN had hamstring injuries, too.
Yeah, but doesn't he have knee problems? It's not hamstring. I thought it was a knee thing.
Well, the injury that kept him out and why he didn't participate at the Combine or the Arizona State Pro Day was a hamstring injury.
Yeah, but doesn't he have a history of knee injuries?
I don't know off the top of my head if there's a knee involved as well.
Because I thought he had like actual injuries, like Michael Penix had injuries to his knee prior. I thought that was what happened. A hamstring is different than that. Yeah. All right. Maybe in the chat someone knows. But yeah. But I'm gonna cook some dinner. I'm gonna keep oh yeah, look, someone said knee surgery. Yeah, no way. History of that shit. get at. No way. We've had too many people with that. No way.
So 2022 tore ACL, MCL, and PCL and left knee, missed the 2023 season. 2024 broken collarbone, missed the Big 12 championship and the college football quarterfinal versus Texas. 2025 hamstring injury, limited to 9 games. Again, he's been hurt in 3 of his years in college.
Yeah.
That's
In
too
the
big of a
NFL,
risk
the
for me
players are
at
bigger
16.
and faster and stronger. What, it's going to get better?
And he's going to
Look
play
at
on the
Michael
MetLife
Penix.
turf. I would probably draft Omar Cooper Jr. or Kenyon Sadiq at 16 over Jordan Tyson.
See, I was hoping that Cooper was going to be there at 33. Like, I was hoping that would be our top 3.
I don't think he's going to be there at 33 just based on how these wide receivers are now being valued around the league.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll see. I just hope whatever decision they make, it works out. I'm tired of not having it work out.
Well, Mike, I got some good news for you. You're off to an incredible start in Asmaniac Madness right now.
What's the score? I didn't even vote for myself yet.
87-13, which if this holds, this would be a record for the biggest blowout in an Asmaniac Madness tournament matchup.
Wow. That's crazy. Honestly, I only saw this guy call in once, and I listened to almost every show.
The great Jack Straw. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I only heard the guy once. Well, whatever. All good. Also, nice graphic. I have black teeth in here.
You look great.
Oh, so funny. All right, brother. Thanks. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to cook some dinner, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for the support, guys.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Raffle at the end of the show. Also, we have a draft party coming your way. If you're coming to Pittsburgh, RSVP, link to do so is in the description. It is free to attend the draft, and it's free to attend our first ever on-site NFL draft party. Let's get to more of your calls right now. Arch Manning, please, is on the line. Hello, Arch Manning, please.
What's up, Jake? Love your show, man. I listen to it pretty much every day when I'm working out in the gym. But just to get into it, I mean, if we draft Ty Simpson at 16, I think that would just go to show you how incompetent we are as a team. I think everyone, again, would just start clowning us. And why would we sacrifice our future picks of potentially taking a guy like Arch, Mensa, these college guys in 27, build the team now, and we're not even going to probably see Ty Simpson play this year. I have no idea why fans would want him at 16.
Well, they took him at 16. He's playing this year. I just don't know if he's going to be put in the best situation, if he needs to sit and learn, or are they going to be pressed into playing him if they get out to a bad start to try and save their jobs. I think it muddies the waters if you took him at pick 16. I really do.
I agree he'll probably play, but he'll probably be playing weeks 10 or week 11 through 18.
Right.
And is that enough time to even see if we need a quarterback next year? Probably not. And it's just another waste of a pick, kind of like Will McDonald. And we're back to square one. I know we have 3 first-round picks coming up, but it just keeps setting us back. I think if we have any sort of hope for our future as a team, we should take a guy to build around our future quarterback. I think that makes total sense. I have no idea why people even want Ty Simpson at 33, in my personal opinion, but I think we should just build for the future because we've never really truly done that, and we have the chance to do it now, and we shouldn't blow it.
How would you feel if they took him in the second round?
I think with 44, it depends what we do with our first few picks. I think if we take Reese, I think if we take a stud at 16, maybe Cooper, Tyson, hopefully a wide receiver falls, I'd be okay with the guard with Vega Ione. I just have trouble wasting. The 33rd pick is like another first round pick. I just have trouble kind of blowing another pick on a quarterback when we might not even know if he's going to be our quarterback. And I watched him all season. I'm a huge college football fan, and he was terrible those last 5 weeks. I mean, it was hard even, people wanted him on the bench after that Oklahoma game. And then the Georgia game, I watched him and he couldn't even complete a pass. So it's not like you're getting a guy who's going to step in and look like a solid quarterback and turn our team around. It's a very risky quarterback on top of, our Jets situation. So
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not like he had the Cam Newton year and you're willing to bet on an outlier. He had probably 6 or 7 like elite games and then played through some injuries. The team kind of wasn't as good around him. We went through it already. I'm with you. Now let me ask you this, Arch Manning, please. Is that your actual name, Arch Manning, please?
it's David. I'm in college, but I just want to build a team for. I mean, I've been a huge Jets fan. This is the first year I've been like dialed into the draft. I think your show has kind of made me a huge Jets fan this year, so I appreciate that.
Wow. Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
it, Arch Manning, please, aka David. You got to call him more. I'm guessing it's your first time call because I don't recognize you.
Yeah, it's my first time calling in, but I definitely will. I love your
Where do you
show.
go to college?
I go to the University of Chicago.
Oh, cool, man.
But
Go say hi to Beast.
Yeah, but I grew up in New Jersey. And I'm a huge Jets fan. What do you so gun to your head, who do you want at 16? I know the injury concerns with Tyson.
Mekhi Lemon, if he's there, I would take him.
I don't think he's gonna be there.
I'm warming up to Omar Cooper Jr. I watched more of him today. I really hope Tate or Lemon, one of them makes it. If not, I'm with you. Vega Ione, okay. If he's the best player there, I'm good with it. Or potentially doubling up on defense if a particular defensive player makes it. Like maybe if Akima Mesidor makes it, I'd be okay with that. I just don't want Ty at 16. That's my big thing.
What about you? Seem kind of against a corner at 16, and I'm not a big fan of Stevens. I get giving AZ Thomas a chance. I think we've put together a pretty strong defensive line, and then adding Reese in there, and then potentially another guy in the second round. What about getting a guy like Jermod McCoy? Why you seem kind of against that, but you don't see.
I just think they've invested a lot in that position already. They also signed the corner Nashawn Wright from Chicago. Your neck of the woods. Your neck of the woods. So again, it wouldn't shock me if that was their pick because it is a really talented corner draft. But you took Azaria Thomas last year. That was a surprise pick. That was straight value. Stevens is signed for another year. You made the Brownlee deal. I just think you've invested a lot in that room. You have to get by with the corners you have and use the 16th pick on a player that can potentially help you, I would think, score points. Like I really would lean heavy offense with that pick there.
I agree, but I also think building this defense and then just using those assets next year on offense. I know
They built the
just
defense in free agency, and the second pick of the draft is going to be Arvell Reese or David Bailey or something. They're gonna add a premium defensive player at too. Like how many times have the Jets done the defensive thing? We got to score points. We need weapons, man. Get me Sadiq. Get me Cooper. Get me Mekhi Lemon. If you want to take the lineman just because he's so good and can play in any scheme, and you want to just build the team for the quarterback in 27, I'd rather Vega Ione than another corner.
I agree with you, but I'm also in this mode of just being kind of mid until next year. Like I just want to build a foundation this year because we were so unwatchable last year that I've always been on the offensive train, but I think this year
you could build the foundation on defense by what they already did. They spent in free agency. Their head coach is a defensive-minded coach who said play calling is a superpower. The second pick in the draft is going to be defense. Again, if the board doesn't break a certain way and you told me they doubled up on defense, I'm not saying it'd be asinine, but then like 33 and 44, you better get some receiver help there. But I just think like what you're arguing for, like you're like you want to build the foundation. The foundation needs to be built on offense. They have a lot of pieces there, but they don't have a number 2 receiver, and you're wasting Garrett Wilson unless you improve the room around them.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. I guess build that foundation for next year, which is why I'd be okay with the Penn State guard. Just build something for the future. And honestly, I think we have a good enough O-line that we shouldn't just keep investing our first round picks on these offensive linemen. We're at a point where we have a decent enough O-line and just use these picks and get weapons. I feel like we've never been a team to have so many weapons. Have a guy next to Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Maybe get a Sadiq, and then next year draft a wide receiver and have 5 weapons for, who knows, maybe a coach to come in and be really excited to coach this Jets team, or a quarterback to be excited to come into this group. I think you've kind of changed my mind, honestly. Yeah, take weapons and be a team that coaches or a quarterback wants to come into and play well for.
There you go. Arch Manning, please, a.k.a. David. Great first call. You're in the raffle for the jersey at the end of the show for 2. Call and more, all right?
Thanks, Jake.
And if you see this guy around Chicago, go say hello.
I'm putting icy hot on my back. This will take off the pain and the blemishes.
Hell, stop.
Oh, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing on this horrific Thursday afternoon? It's not too beautiful. It's an ugly, right.
More of your calls coming up, but first a super chat from M123. I swear, if Ty wasn't injured, we've been arguing taking him at 2. You might be like 16 is fine, but not 2. LOL. Jets always make us suffer. Love it here. I mean, Jackson Dart was a better prospect. Did he go 2 or 3 to the Giants when they had him? Like, you got to understand value. Yeah, if Ty played like how he played at the beginning of the year all year, he'd be in the conversation at 2. Guess what? He didn't. Mendoza got better as the year went on. That's why he's going number 1. Was at his best in the college football playoffs. I mean, we all want the quarterback situation figured out. You can't force it, though. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. The number 1 overall seed in Asmaniac Madness. He's up next. Get your guesses in.
What's going on, Jake?
Hello, Kyle.
So this number 16 pick, I think it's going to drive the fan base out of their minds.
I'm more concerned about pick 16 than I am pick 2. Like whether they take Reese or Bailey, I'll live with it. I prefer Reese, but I'll live with Bailey. Fine. I care way more about them not drafting Ty Simpson at 16 than I do the second pick right now.
And I kind of get why, right? Like based on his size, like what's the best projection there? Like could he be Drew Brees? Like
Brock Purdy?
Yeah, I don't know. That would be the absolute best, right? If he could be Drew Brees, but I don't think we've seen enough to even say that. I mean, Brees was pretty well thought of coming out, and he went in the top of the second round.
And I bet you if this was today's day and age, he would have been a first-round pick. But in those days, like size was like a non-starter for most GMs.
Right. And you know, as far as cornerback at 16 goes, the guy I really kind of want to get is Avion Terrell, and I don't think he's someone you would pick at 16 because I think it makes sense. Like, if you believed in the value of AZ last year and you believe he can still be a player, you got to give him a real shot. I think the spot you would upgrade at is slot, and that forces your the guy you traded for from the Titans, and his name escapes me right now. You still there?
You talking about Brownlee?
Brownlee, yeah, Jarvis Brownlee. That kind of forces him to the bench where he can play inside and outside. Yeah, I mean that gives added value, I think, right? It's so hard to say. Like we don't know. There's so many things we don't know. Like what are Tyson's medicals going to look like? That's the guy I would really be interested in. But you know, if he's healthy, he shouldn't be there. Regardless of his injury history, someone's going to take a chance on that guy because guys like him, 6'2", physical, can play every receiver's position. They don't grow on trees. Like he's a guy who would have a lot of it. And quite frankly, I'm a little bit more scared by the way that Lemon interviewed. And I know receivers are flaky, but you know, I really want a bigger, more physical receiver. I think it gives us an element that we just haven't had.
So you want Boston?
I mean, Boston would be great. I don't know if he's an ideal pick at 16 either, right? Like, I can't wait to the Beast comes out. The Athletics Beast, not our Beast. If Beast came out, that would be something.
Beast
But,
is out of the closet.
I guess. But yeah, I want to, kind of immerse myself in some of these prospects, and I use that, and I read The Ringer. This is the best time, man, and I just want to see what makes sense and what the consensus is, so we can just make I want us to be comfortable as a fan base. This is a very unsettling time. It feels like as Jet fans, we're kind of caught between can't get a quarterback. Our receiver might not be there. We need a little bit of luck for once in our lives. And hopefully this will be the year that we get it. I was on Boy Green this morning, and he had a scenario, and there's a lot of these scenarios about trading up for Love. I don't think that they'll necessarily come to fruition.
The Jets trading up for Love, or a team trading up?
A team trading up with the Jets to get Love. So he was saying that the one thing that was out there was about the Rams moving up, and they would be the one team because they're all in, right? That might make a move that would be kind of like a grandiose, over the top F them pick type move. And the offer that he had out there was a little bit less than the chart, but I would still take it because there was a one involved for 2027.
So the Rams are at pick 13. So if they were going to move up, they also have the 61st pick of the second round, the 93rd pick of the third round. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think the shape of it was
year.
13, a 1 next year, and the 90-something pick. And to me,
I would
something
do that.
like that. Something like that is interesting. And a lot of the callers wanted more. They wanted like a third next year. But to me, to have more irons in the fire in the historic draft next year, which we expect, the talent level is going to be much, much higher. Like, there are things that you can't always say which quarterback's going to pan out, but you can kind of judge the talent, the general talent level of the draft. I would love to have a couple, and that's 5 teams, right? Like that, where you would have a shot at getting top 10 picks because it's the Cowboys or the Pack. Like, I want to take the long view with this rebuild, right? Because we're not going to be instantly good mid-year next year. But if we do it right, we might be good by mid-year in 2027. That's kind of how I want us to kind of think about it. That would entail maybe a little bit of discipline. I have no problem taking Ty Simpson anywhere in the second round if you think that he could possibly be your starting quarterback, because it's so easy to move on from it. That is your ultimately risk averse move, if you believe in the talent. But you better believe that he's Drew Brees if you're going to take him at 16.
And you better have a plan for him. And everyone's aligned with said plan. This can't be like Glenn overruling. No, that's your swing at the position, and it better work, because there's no guarantee you get another swing next year just because you have 3 first-round picks.
And really, that would be their third swing if they got it, because they whiffed so badly with Fields. They told us that Fields was never coached right, and that he was going to be good.
And then fired their entire offensive staff because of how atrocious their coaching was on that side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, but that's a separate thing.
Yeah, we can't have the revision system. They were adamant, or I shouldn't say they. Aaron Glenn was adamant.
Correct.
So I appreciate your time, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton.
You take him, you hate him. 16th pick, trade over him. Alabama, only 15 starts. And Combine does Jets chant.
Jets, Jets.
Outside the first round. for Ty Simpson. More of your calls right now. Cannonball Eric is next. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Jake. Sorry if my internet's kind of crappy. I'm driving right now. But I had two things I wanted to talk about. And the first one with Ty Simpson is I actually do think he has the potential to be the best quarterback in the draft, but he'll never be that with the Jets. It'll be like another Sam Darnold situation. He needs time and experience to really develop and grow. And our coaching staff is coaching for their job. They're going to put him in right away. He's going to look bad. If he doesn't play absolutely amazing, we're going to take another quarterback next year. So it is just burning the pick. You're going to keep him in no man's land for no reason. Like, he could have all the potential in the world, but it's just never going to pan out with the Jets.
I don't disagree, because there's a lot that the Jets have going against them if they were to take Ty at 16. The biggest thing is the coach is on the hot seat, so he might not be here beyond the upcoming year.
Yeah, if we get a new coach, do you think they're going to want to keep him, or they're going to want to get their own guy with their 3 first-round picks?
Correct.
And
the second thing is, Eric, the 3 first-round picks, like, even if Ty is, shows you something, but it's not enough, it's the old Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson debate, the Justin Fields, Caleb Williams debate, and it's even harder in this case because it would only be a 1-year sample size, and it wouldn't even be 17 games of a sample size, right? Because Gino's going to start the year and probably play at least half the season. So he'll
probably get 7 games.
I cannot justify burning the 16th pick. Now, if they're right, they get all the credit, and God bless them. But that just feels like a swing they don't need to take, and I'd be surprised if they took it at 16.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have the ability to succeed in those 7 or 8 games he ends up playing for us, because, like I said, he needs the experience. And, all these people are saying, well, he was hurt, or, his offensive talent didn't really help him out. So that's going to change when he comes to the Jets, where we're always injured and we have the most drops every year. And, it's going to be a lot of the same. So that's why I don't even want him at 33 or 44. The only reason I take him in the second round is just in case we end up in that Giant situation where we're not picking in the top 3 and no one wants to trade with us. It's good to have an option, but really, I think, what I want to do, you probably wouldn't really like, but the more I hear about this draft class, it seems like it's not a very good draft class. There's a lot of reaching going on. I think there's 3 blue chip players in this: Styles, Love, and Downs. I'm taking Styles at 2 and then trying to trade up to 7 to take Downs, because a lot of these guys that we could take at those, we're hoping that they end up great, or hoping that they're even on the team. If you get Styles and Downs, they're fighting for all pros. It's not the sexy thing to do, but you get people who are actually going to plug holes on the team. Next year, you take the best quarterback. The receivers are supposed to be stacked. You get a great receiver, maybe a tight end. That's what I want to do.
Look, if you could get extra picks for next year, Eric, I'm all for it. But I don't think you just don't add to your team this year because it's not as good of a draft. This draft still has some really good players at certain positions, and especially positions the Jets are in need of.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying. I was saying I would trade up to take Downs at 7.
Okay. I'm not against that necessarily. I mean, I think he's a great player. I just want to know what the cost of that is, because that could be pretty pricey. If you're talking about using 16 and 44 to get Downs at 7, I think I would do that. I think if it's 16 and 33, I don't believe I would do that.
Well, I mean, in all cases, you could be taking Ty at 33, and he's probably not even going to be on the team. I'd rather that go to, having an all-pro safety and an all-pro linebacker and having that set for the next, 8 years.
Eric, what if they traded 16 and 44, did that, and then traded out of 33 and acquired an extra 3rd round pick and still picked somewhere in the 2nd round? You know what I mean?
That's my ideal situation. I would love that. That's why I don't want to take Ty at 33, because that's the most valuable pick we have to trade. We don't have a 3rd. Let's get that 3rd, or, maybe let someone else take that gamble. If Ty Simpson goes to the Rams or something, it'll probably be the next Patrick Mahomes. But, it's not going to happen with us. Let someone else take that risk.
Yeah. Good call, Eric. I don't hate the idea of doing it. I think it's harder to find trade partners to make that type of swing. I would not trade 16 and 33 to move up, though. I would trade 44 with pick 16 and maybe a pick next year to sweeten it if I really had to. Like, it'd be nice. Like, if the Jets needed to use their 2027 third-round pick to trade up, fine. Depending on the situation, why not? You have 3 ones and a second next year. So you could be aggressive. I think Muji has shown the ability to kind of navigate trades really well. Let's see how he navigates some draft trades, because they traded up several times last year on day 3, and it didn't work. So I think Muji's trades have been great from July on. The draft picks trades they made were not. So let's see how they do this go around. Super chat from Glenn Crima. It's just $2. Thank you, Glenn. Brian Morales says, sorry, Kyle Clifton. I want to win now. I don't want to wait. Well, you could say you want to win now, but the Jets are not built to win now. Maybe they could surprise. But if you draft Ty Simpson at 16, Brian, like I believe you want them to, how does that help the Jets win now? He's not playing. Gino's going to start the year. You draft a receiver at 16. That guy's going to help you win now. And help the quarterback in 2027, who I don't believe is currently on the Jet roster, help that guy win now too. Tristan Oliver is up next on our show this afternoon. What's up, Tristan?
What's up, Jake? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I know we're switching down 30 pounds from January 5th, by the way.
You look handsome.
Yeah, hey, it's a little Dominican cut. You feel me? I appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, unlike Beast, I'm actually in the gym. So even though I probably weigh more than him, I do have a jawline. I don't know what's going on there. But
what are you talking about? This man is a sexy son of a gun.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That feels better. Oh, baby. All right, as they all say, Superman to the rescue.
That's iconic.
Yeah, I'm kind of an icon. I'm kind of like the Roddy Piper of this generation. When I speak, I nail. When I hammer, I destroy. See, that's the difference between reality and fantasy. Bang!
Man's man right there.
Yeah, Jake. I want you. I don't know how you're comfortable on a coin flip of Bailey being drafted, and then even after seeing Arvell Reese's pro day compared to Bain's pro
Are we
day,
really
I'm
going to
even
do the
less
pro day
confident
thing?
with that
Tristan,
coin
come
flip.
on. Come on. We're going to do the pro day as a reason to not take Reese. That's what we're doing. With the pro day, by the way, which apparently was awesome.
No.
Besides one drill, people screenshotted it and said, see, he doesn't have as much bend as Ruben Bain. Tristan?
Jake.
Tristan, call back. I'll debate Reese with you, but your internet crapped out. Let me go to Ralphie Rocks, who's up next. What's up, Ralphie?
Hey, how are you, Jake?
Hey, Ralphie.
Good win by the Yanks yesterday.
And the Mets won me some money today.
If you want to make money,
you bet on the Mets on opening day.
Opening day, Mets, put your money in your pocket, come back next April, bet on the Mets opening day. They're 41-15 the last 56 years.
They always
Nothing
win opening day. I talked
Nothing
about it
better.
on the first show with O'Leary. I bet them on FanDuel, and I was actually getting money on it because they were an underdog because Skeens was pitching.
And the play-by-play guy did both games. Same play-by-play
Yeah,
guy.
Matt Vasgersian took the red eye last
Amazing.
night.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Couple of football points, and then I have a beast point at the end, which is rare. But the football points, I think Simpson's definitely going on the back end of the first round at a minimum. So I think all the tie at 33 is just superfluous. I don't think we're getting there. That'd be like you going on a date with Sydney Sweeney. So I think that we should just worry about what we're going to do at like 16, and at 33 will be someone else because he's got too much technique that a team that has a good coach, a good offense, a stable situation, they might want him in there, sit him for a year, and then they know they have a potential future number one without having to be in the top 10 picks like another year. So that's what I think. I mean, watching him the 1 year, but please don't use the one season at Blinn University for Cam Newton as a reason why Cam Newton didn't have a lot of experience. I mean, junior college, I mean, the 3 years backing up and being in practice at Alabama is better than the 1 year in junior college. But he was
but
just
Cam
an
Newton's a
unbelievable
freak.
athlete.
It's Cam Newton. He had one of the great seasons
Oh
in
yeah,
college football
he's an
history.
unbelievable athlete. You can just stop at the fact that he had 1 year, he went undefeated, he went through the whole SEC, destroyed everybody. He's the man. I mean, he was MVP with like not even a great offense in the Panthers. So, but that's how I feel about Ty Simpson. I do like the idea of trading back though, because I do follow. I won't give the guy any publicity here, but I follow a guy for years. He's been a 25-year journalist who does the drafts, and he ranks everybody on a big board. And
You give him
basically,
credit. I don't mind. He
Oh,
does good work.
do you know Tony Pauline? Do you know him?
Yeah, he was a guest on the show at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, so I love his stuff. And his top 5, he's got Mendoza's number 6 as an overall NFL prospect, and his top 5 are all defensive guys that we can all imagine, with Caleb Downs and Bailey and Arvell Reese. And so for me, I think to try to and Jeremiah Love is in there. He's one of the 5. So it's 4 defensive players and Jeremiah Love. So if there's no consensus for us in number 2, I got to hope that somebody would think about even coming up. And if you can get to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're probably getting one of these 4 guys, because Mendoza's going, Love is going, probably an offensive tackle goes. So that would be nice. That's a good way to get assets, because we need Pro Bowlers, which is not even a big thing, not like all pro, but we need Pro Bowlers at a lot of positions, not one dominant guy. So that's one thing that I like. And I do love Omar Cooper Jr. at 16. I think that he's sort of good at everything, not great at one thing, and he would maybe be like a slightly bigger Devontae Smith who can do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of the slot where those kind of guys get drafted, and the guys with a lot of speed get drafted over those type of guys, but those guys are very solid. The last thing about Beast, I was just going to say, yesterday's episode in the afternoon was unbelievable, with this leader of Jets getting sent to the hole by Cisco, gets bailed out. The big fella puts him back in. Cisco bails him out after he put him in there. But the Beast was on there saying to the guy, sayonara, you're out of here. And a year ago, we were all sending Beast to the hole every single episode. So the guy has gone from infamous to beloved in our group.
You're not wrong. What Beast did on the first show today.
Yeah.
For those who missed it.
He sent someone to the hole, which is unbelievable. I don't even know if he has the money to send someone to the hole, but that's unbelievable.
Know. Someone must be sponsoring Beast.
We needed to GoFundMe so he could keep sending people to the hole. And I think this is going to be the biggest win in and I got creamed in Asmaniac Madness 2/3 to 1/3 this year in a play-in round. But I think this one right here, PBM against a guy who I think could be an AI writer, who I don't even know if he called in. So, PBM has got to win like 85-15. That's got to be it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's on his way. We're looking at the historic records here. The record is Bonesy, 85-14 last year over JT. Right now, PBM's up 83-17, so he's flirting with the all-time
I'm calling it. I already voted for him, but I'm calling it.
Ralphie, excellent call by you.
Talk to you.
Look, I'll tell you what, PBM's got a shot. He really does. He's going for it. The great Doc Jet fan sent in this super chat earlier in the show. Beast jailing the caller this morning was the funniest performance by a sheriff since Gene Wilder and Blazing Saddles. Hilarious. First show today was an all-timer. The show yesterday gave us some moments that will last a lifetime. You just never know what you're going to get on this show.
How you doing, Big Daddy?
Oh, I'm doing good, Big Show. Big Show. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was sent to the hole during the first show. Leader of Jets has called back in. How long will he last? We find out right now. Hello, Leader of Jets. Unmute your mic.
Thank you. I needed the assist. This is actually not Leader of Jets. If you see my handle, hopefully I don't get banned. I wanted to clear up a previous take that I had about the tanking that you and I had spoke about. So I don't want to say that Aaron Glenn and Muji were actively, losing on purpose. I think that happened later in the year. Once they started Brady Cook and Tyrod started having mysterious injuries and they won 3 in a row because they were really damaging their draft stock. I think that they...
Leader of Jets.
Come on.
You had a great run, but your run is officially over because Cisco Lopez has gifted 20 memberships and has put your ass right back where you belong, the hole.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
I mean, unbelievable. Leader of Jets. We haven't seen people being bountied like this since the early days of Beastbreaker. 20 gifted memberships. Wow. Look, if someone posts bail, Leader of Jets will be freed. Until then, we honor all bounties on the show. 20 gifted memberships, 20 raffle entries for Cisco. You know what that means? That means it is officially now raining memberships. Grab your Gusbusters. Here we go. I got some names to read. If you hear your name, you are a channel member. Wild One Productions, Chris Ryan 6'4", Jet Fan Forever, Milker Wright Defoe, Furniture Guy, Thomas Cahill, Renza Sharp, Tiffany Ferrani, Waltz Chili, Sean Mafia, Moradudo 9, The Only One Nation, Aaron 12, Anthony G2, Juan Cacha, Luiso 717, Cisco Lopez for Life, David Halley Jr., Enjoy the Hole, Leader of Jet. Some of these might be made up names. Wavy Jets Guy, all receiving a channel membership from Cisco Lopez. Unbelievable. Leader of Jets in the hole as it's raining channel memberships. Incredible.
Money does not grow right here. Money don't grow here. Oh, look, it's Kip Winger.
Money might grow on trees for Cisco, though. Cisco, you're the man, and you're in the raffle for 20. Little Soup became a channel member. He gifted himself a membership. He hit the join button and put himself in the raffle for 1. Unbelievable. Let me quickly head back to the hole for a moment. I just want to get the pulse of a man who has really become an enemy of the Asmaniac community. Leader of Jets, why do you think people hate you so much?
It's tough. It's something I struggle with my whole life, I guess. People don't like the truth, Jake. That's what it comes down to. The truth hurts them. They're so downtrodden and miserable. Oh, wait till next year. Oh, we're going to ruin another player. Come on. You guys have to get out of this loser mindset and take a logical approach.
We'll see you later, Leader of Jets. Enjoy the hole. More of your calls right now. Party with Peg and Artie. They're next on the show. And Peg and Artie, you guys are aware that we have switched your matchup time, so you'll be able to be a part of it on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, Jake, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to be there. We have quite a presentation to present. I would like to think, we should have a lot of fun with this, and I'm glad I'm not going to be at work. And,
tomorrow afternoon is the new time for Party with Peg and Artie. And Bobby Midnight versus Mikey Midnight will be on the first show tomorrow morning.
That's awesome. Jake, how you doing today? I think Frankie V is absolutely losing his mind.
I agree.
Really off the rails with this Bailey thing.
Thank you for my jersey, Jake.
Looks good, Peg.
I got the rope.
She's holding the rope. It's actually a bungee cord. We couldn't find a rope, but we'll hold.
Close enough.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think Frankie V's losing his mind. I just can't wait for this draft to be over. I'm like burnt out on it. I don't know about you. I mean, all the speculation stuff. You know, I heard somebody say today, I'm not sure who it was. It might have been New York Jets Mike or one of them guys that said that pick 16 is far more interesting than pick 2, which is unusual. I kind of thinking about it. I kind of agree with him a little bit, you know?
I'll tell you what, I care more right now about the decision at 16 because it's kind of all over the place than I do at 2, because 2, I feel like it's just pick your favorite defensive player. I don't think they're going to do anything outside of either.
Yeah, it seems like Styles, Reese, you know, I mean, and Bailey, they're almost like the same guy, you know, almost. You know what I mean? They got a high floor and a high ceiling. You know, so I don't really know. I don't really care which one they pick, to tell you the truth. But I'm really interested in the second round picks, especially 33 and 44. Those are 2 very important picks for us. I don't know about picking Ty Simpson. I mean, I like the idea of getting the quarterback. You know, it really comes down to it. They got to think he's the guy. You know what I mean? I mean, if they think he's the guy and they take him, so we don't have to take a quarterback next year if we don't want to. I mean, that would be like unbelievable, you know. But I guess you just have to wait and see what happens. Such a crapshoot.
You're right. And ultimately, if you're Darren Muji, your job will be evaluated on, in all likelihood, these next 2 drafts. But to get to the next draft, you got to be smart with how you – I'm going to let you guys go because there's a bad echo that just popped up there. But to your point, Artie, like how they kind of navigate the 4 picks in the top 44, let's say those players look good, but they don't win a lot of games. I think there's a path for Muji to be here and maybe not the head coach. But I'm with you. I'm tired of all the speculation. I think the draft should be next week. Like, I think draft season's too long. First week of April, let's do it. Do it before the hockey and the NBA playoffs start. Because the last couple of years, the NFL draft has been on the night of a Knicks playoff game. And I got to stress through that while trying to follow the draft. At least I'll have plenty of alcoholic substances in my body at our gangrene takeover party at McFadden's in Pittsburgh. Couple super chats, then back to your calls. Mickey super chatted us earlier. I'd much rather have Downs or Styles. I don't understand the Bailey and Reese hype. I get edge is important, but I feel like we're passing up elite talent. I understand that, but I think Reese is an elite talent. Like, I think if you don't watch Arvell Reese and think this guy could be special, what am I missing that you don't feel that way? He's 20 and he's only like done it for a year, but like there's a reason why like people I really respect think he's a superstar. And Bailey's just like a plug and play 10 sack a year pass rusher right now. That's super valuable. So I like both prospects. Eileen Reese, Sabo's convinced me on it. But I wouldn't flip out if they took David Bailey. Bino says, did you see Jason Lockenfora's article on Sports Boom that an anonymous head coach expects Reich to be the interim by December? No, and Jason Lockenfora, I despise. I think he's a bum. So I will not be reading his work. Appreciate the super chat, though, Bino. More of your calls right now. Let's say hi to Gary Espo. Hello, Gary.
Hey, Jake. Good afternoon. How are you?
What's going on, Gary?
Not much. It was a long time, 4th time caller.
Welcome back.
I'm trying to get into it there, you know. As far as the draft, I agree with Arvell Reese at number 2. At 16, I don't want to go quarterback. And even though, like you said, Ty Simpson is a good kid, but I want to bypass him for the 16 and also the second round as well. If you can get another playmaker like Sadiq, how do you say his name? The tight end from Oregon, or even the guard. I still like the guard from what's his name? Pregnant from Oregon as well.
Yep, I think he could be a first-round pick, and if not, in play for the Jets at 33.
Yeah, I read there was a good article, excuse me, from Michael Nania talking about those guys. And since the Jets play in the division, have 3 nose tackles, it'd be good to have one of those guys in the middle. Because but I know they're probably not going to use the Parm. I think they paid about $10 million. They're probably not going to make him a backup. But maybe he could play center, unless they get a center as well.
Or he just doesn't start the year, but eventually he takes over. Like, I do think he is going to If they take him, he's going to play sooner rather than later because he's pretty much plug and play.
Yeah.
And maybe Tippmann goes to center and Myers all of a sudden is no longer starting. You know, you could just move Tippmann right back to the center spot, his natural position. And then you play the guy you drafted, whether it's the Penn State guard or the Oregon guard, you put him at one of the guard spots.
That's right. That would be cool. I can't wait to watch the draft party. That would be cool. And then in Pittsburgh, a lot of guys going so far, or we have.
Yeah, we have close to 60 people that have RSVP'd already. And you know, there's going to be a lot of people that RSVP when we get closer too.
Yeah, that would be great. Fun to see. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the draft, mainly because the Jets don't do so well during the day. I mean, during the season. So we start talking about the draft real early. What was I going to say now? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I like. I don't think any of the 3 wide receivers will be around by the time they pick 16. And I agree with you. Even with Tyson, if he's available, it's too much of a risk for the Jets to pick a guy with an injury history like that. So I'd rather take the tight end, Kenny Sadiq. So he looks like a really good elite type player as well. So, anywho, I'm trying to get to call in more. I get a little nervous, as you can tell, when I'm on the
Don't be
radio
nervous, Gary. Great call. Love the passion, and do it again soon.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man. Take care.
Gary Espo checking in from one Gary to another. Hello, Gary. Unmute your mic.
And it's a 50-50 coin toss, you know, whether I'm going to have it muted or not.
Hey, let's do this properly. I'll introduce you the way I know how.
Right.
I don't know what that is. That is some laughing sound he made there. That's extraordinary. That is absolutely extraordinary. So I had a couple of things. First, I think it was Ralphie Rocks that said that you implied, I think, that you couldn't get a date with Sydney Sweeney. Was that his implication? Is that what you took from that?
He implied that I couldn't?
That's what it sounded like to me.
He might have. I don't think he's wrong.
Have some confidence. Why not?
I think she's spoken for, Gary. I have respect for people in relationships.
Is she married?
No, she's actually, I think she's dating Scooter Braun, who oddly enough is a Jet fan.
All right. Well, that's a moral choice that you have to make. But I'd say if she's not married, that you should go for it.
So you think if someone's in a committed relationship, it's still fair game for someone to pursue them?
Yeah. If she's not engaged or anything, she's just dating a guy.
What if they're in an exclusive relationship?
He should have put a ring on it. And I mean that. Like, I mean, I moved quickly. If you're not gonna,
you don't believe in the boyfriend girlfriend stage. It's right to you need to be engaged. Otherwise,
well,
I think for another person to pursue your significant other. That's very Christian of you.
What does that have to do with being a Christian? Someone doesn't want to propose to their chick. Then she's available. If you're not married, you're single. Like I don't know. That's how I view it.
If you're not married, you're single. That's not true.
Okay, when you fill out your tax form, does it say married, single, and widow? Correct. Like pick one.
So if someone's in a relationship but they're not engaged yet, you think it's fair game to then pursue that person? That's what you're arguing here.
I don't see any. I don't have any moral dilemma with that. No. If you have
my God, my wife hates Gary more and more with each of his segments. It's amazing.
Okay.
Cisco says, what would Jesus do, Gary?
Jesus wouldn't date. I think like dating is kind of gay, right? Like it's just like yeah,
what?
like yeah, like dating. Like we're gonna play house and we're gonna move into like take the steps. You like her, propose to her. You're engaged, make plans to get married, and keep the ball moving. Like this, like I'm gonna date this girl for like 5 years and we're in a committed relationship. Not really. It's not that committed.
Dating really is that gay. That's your big take today.
Well, that was, it's like faking gay. It's like dating. We're like, how long? What are you, like 12, 14? Like you're dating your high school sweetheart? Like, let's move. She's in her 30s or close to it, I would imagine, right? Like, what are we actually doing here?
Major Poonage writes in, Gary looks like one of Beast Renzel's if he could grow a beard and had crooked teeth.
I don't really care. I mean, This guy won't even show his face on camera. Like I don't care what he says, right? I was listening to Darryl Strawberry, and Darryl Strawberry was talking about Jeter's rookie year, and Strawberry like, look, listen, kid, people are gonna hate you. People are gonna say you're not that good. And Jeter's like, I don't care what they say. I'm the shortstop for the New York Yankees. I don't care what people say. Like, I kind of have that attitude. Like I don't care what that guy says. Like, who is he? It's nobody. But why can't you get Sydney Sweeney? Go for it.
She's
If
in
you
a
meet her
committed relationship.
and you approach her. Okay, so if Sydney Sweeney wanted to go on a date with you, you would say no, you're in a committed relationship.
If Sydney Sweeney wanted to go on a date with me, I'd be like, "Aren't you in a relationship?"
You would, and you would not take her on a date because she's in a committed relationship.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was waiting for this, and it has happened. Gary, you are one of a kind. Cisco Lopez in the house. A rare day where we send someone to the hole twice. Two different people on the same damn show. This is
that's not what he's doing here.
It's no. Hold on. We'll switcheroo. I got too many people in the hole here. Let me put both. You know what? Leader of the Jets, you're in the hole. Now Gary's in the hole. Unbanned leader of Jets. I want to see him rumble Gary. Oh, I read this wrong.
Yeah, you read it wrong. You read it wrong.
He wants to see him rumble Gary, but they're aligned though, Cisco. That's the thing.
I agree. Dating is gay.
Thank you.
I've always said
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
You wanted to unban this man. They agree.
Thank you.
This is what you're getting. Now he's out of the hole. Gary wasn't even sent to the hole. I just assumed Gary was being thrown in the hole. I didn't even bother to read the super chat.
Where have you been? I've been calling this show well over 2 years. Where have you been? Like, we needed another voice here.
I'm new, okay? I've been a Jets fan for too long, but I developed the leader of Jets. I was called. I told you. I said, I need to make a difference for the Jets, and here's my outlet.
You should still be in the hole. How did Cisco unhole you? He put you in
I
there.
think that's a hell of a move, Cisco. That's a power move right there.
I have to thank Cisco, but I feel like
but it was for you guys to rumble.
They're gonna put me back in.
But Cisco thought that you would go at it with Gary, but you
You're
guys
so
are aligned.
Cisco hasn't been paying
You're
attention.
so right, leader. You're so smart. Everything you say is pretty much on point. You're brilliant. Take that. Take that.
I do have a draft idea. Okay, may I?
I don't want to. I actually called in to talk about Simpson. I wouldn't take him anywhere in the first 2 rounds, but continue.
Okay, so I believe in him. I think that he's an NFL starter. I think the level of the NFL has greatly, equalized the quarterback position, where you don't have to necessarily be this perfect player. You can really design the offense where a less talented quarterback can have success. Look at Jalen Hurts. Look at Bo Nix. These guys did not have some great success in college, but you can build an offense and simplify it. So Bo
Nix started for like 5 years between Ole Miss and between Auburn and Oregon. He started for like 5 years. I get what you're saying. If you like Ty Simpson, and you think that he could be a top tier quarterback, a top half of the league quarterback, then I agree with you. Take him. I'm not confident in that. So I understand your ideology here. I just don't agree with your assessment of the player. But if you think the player is that good, take a swing at him. I think
it's the most. Now, Jake greatly disagrees with it, but I think it's the most logical outcome based on how the Jets have performed. You have a second-year head coach and a second-year GM that I view as, you can call it actively tanking.
Let me ask you this. I'll let you get back to it. Would you start him day one?
No, not with Gino. Not with Gino there.
All right, so let me ask you, when would you start him? Week 7, 8, 10, 12, like somewhere in there, close to the beginning of the season, close to the end of the season? When would you say now is a good, assuming we suck? Right, if we're in playoff contention, obviously that changes things. But assuming we suck,
in an ideal world, I think Gino comes out. Maybe we go.
By the way, Cisco Lopez says I Plaxico Burress shot myself in the foot. He already has regrets over his decision to unhole you.
Plaxico shot himself in the thigh, though. Wasn't it a thigh shot, or was it just shoot him in the foot? I thought he shot himself in the thigh.
That's jail time, Cisco. Okay, I hope you're not in New York.
We could have had both them in the hole. It would have looked like this. It would have been great. It really would have been.
I see the Jets going, I don't know, maybe they start off hot. They get to 3 or 4 wins. They go on a cold streak, of course, and then I don't know, they're 4-8, and then they throw Ty Simpson in. Now,
all right. So hang on. Let me address this. Right. So you're 4-12. They're 4-8. So that leaves what? 5 games left. You're gonna make an assessment. If you're 4-8, Glenn's getting fired, and the new coach is coming in. The new coach better agree with you, or he's going to pick another quarterback, and then you just wasted that pick. And I don't want to waste 2. I don't want to waste 16. I don't want to waste 33 or 44. Those are all like, if you said to me, you could have Anthony Hill Jr., my guy, I'm going to use my guy, at 44, or you could have a quarterback who you're going to use for 6 games and then draft another quarterback. I could have Anthony Hill Jr. as an important piece, maybe not a Pro Bowl, but a good player for a long time. That's still a very good pick, 44. I can get a very good player there. I don't want to waste that on a quarterback who's going to make 6 starts and then I'm going to draft another one.
So your
important
idea...
super chat here from Daz, who says, if Gary and Leader and Men were to get married, who would be allowed to vote and who would be the deposit?
Is this none of that?
I don't know if I get this.
Dating
is gay.
Dating is
Married
gay.
straight.
Marriage is between a man and a woman, definitionally.
Yeah,
like these are just silly questions. These are. What happens if you had squared circles? Like, I mean, these are just ridiculous questions.
Try again, Daz.
Who spent money to ask that question?
It was a free super
tempt
chat.
them. I'm going to be nice to them, actually. Good question,
All right.
Daz. Good. Gary would vote. So your issue then would be wasted assets, which and my next point, okay, let's say the Jets don't take them.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
What a shame. The worst tag team I've ever saw.
We were having a good conversation.
It's the
When things are going well.
And Herc and Jerk. Yeah, that's a perfect combination. Herc over here on the right and Jerk right over here on the left. That's a perfect combination. That's right in front of me. Power and
How
glory.
was your day today,
I'm the
Beast?
tag team in the WWF. Two idiots sharing the same brain. And folks, let me just say it like the 1980s commercial, like they all used to say. This is your brain.
It's like all he does is insult people. Like, from the moment he takes his call, all he does is we weren't even talking about him. He just comes in and insults people from the moment.
Because I
Beast,
think
what did you?
You're two idiots sharing one brain. You basically have the IQs no lower than that Dollar Tree toilet paper that you get for $1.25 at the nearby Dollar Tree.
What a 125 IQ is quite high, Beast. That's a very high IQ. That's almost like if you say Mensa is 130, you're approaching a Mensa IQ at 125.
Let's address the elephants in the room, shall we?
You can be a brain.
I got
experience.
experience.
You
ain't got a game.
125
You ain't
IQ.
got no
You can do
game.
anything.
Let me address it for you, so you can maybe get the dicks out your ears or the potatoes out of your ears, because you don't clean them quite often like I do. I do mine 2 or 3 times a week. That's why clean ears are a good number one.
I always clean my ears out of the shower. Once I get out of the shower, I clean my ears. So I clean my ears every day.
You two idiots don't have
Beast,
nothing.
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question,
I don't think
please?
so, son.
Please,
shave your beard. Shave your beard.
Can I ask a question?
Well, you can't grow a beard because of your low testosterone level.
I just have an
a low
honest
testosterone level
question.
because of what you eat.
I can give you this razor. You go get.
You
your
can't
ass
grow any
cut.
facial hair. You can't grow any facial
I
hair.
shave my facial hair.
Can I ask
Why?
you a question,
Because I look
Beast?
like Joe Torre, the sexiest man.
Like Joe Torre. Joe Torre's the sexiest man in the world? Is that what he
Beast,
said?
can I ask a question?
Because he was
Beast,
the
you
coach
look
of the
like
Yankees.
Don
Why was he a
Zimmer.
coach of the Yankees? Because he told his men to keep that beard off. Because why? You want to look like champions? You will.
Well, that
act
was
like
more a Steinbrenner thing. That goes all the way back to Mattingly and stuff.
And fiction or fantasy and reality. See, fantasy, you're all living that fantasy world. In reality,
Beast.
Joe Torre used to tell his boys, "You shave.
Tell
you
us.
You want to look like
Please
men.
tell
You
us.
be a man. You are weak in my division.
wanna
You are
take-
very weak. You're just like the shit rats, useless, spineless, crapola,
Stop.
shitsola, gazul, garbage, and also basura,
second.
la mente, los el carrones, el burto cotoyes, chingo su madre.
Translate what you just said. Translate that into English.
I mean, you're a piece
No,
of
he
garbage.
stopped talking. He
I don't
stopped
think that's what
talking.
that means.
See, I took Spanish too. That's why I'm very, very respected.
What's garbage in Spanish? How do you say garbage in Spanish?
Basura.
All right, that's
Basura.
actually correct. That's actually correct. All right, fair enough.
Okay, Beast.
You got
Tell
5
us.
seconds. Make it
We
quick.
were having a great conversation. We just want to know, who are you taking it to in 16?
It
doesn't matter what you're taking, Beast.
Hey,
Nobody
asshole.
wants to hear it.
Hey, shut your hey. You wanted 2 things. 1, shut your hole, and 2, get on the ground and give me 25 push-ups, asshole.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
What a show. Good job, Beast. Way to hold your own with him. Man, where do we go from here? Ant Bank super chatted. Every appearance, Gary proves he's an idiot. Ralphie Rocks super chatted just now. I said Jake dating Sydney Sweeney was more likely than Simpson being available at 33. I never doubted Jake. Well, thank you, Ralphie. But Sydney Sweeney is spoken for. And unlike Gary, I respect that. More of your calls right now. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's say hello to Jets Johnny, who's next. Hey, Jets Johnny.
Damn, bro, you just gonna put me on after that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I
That
figured you have a level of craziness that maybe could kind of follow up what needs to be done.
Well, I'm glad you believe in me, Jake, because I believe in you too. I was gonna say I think you could bag Sydney Sweeney all day, man.
Thank you, man.
But I don't think she's all that though. I think she's like a 6. So
what?
You know, I mean, listen. She's stacked. She's stacked. But if you look at her face, bro, and she's got no behind. So 6 isn't bad either, right? 6 is mid. That's like Fernando Mendoza, right? Like a mid, like just a little bit above mid. That's not. I don't think I'm making a crazy take there, Jay.
6
for Sydney Sweeney. Yes.
This is worse than like your Aaron Glenn's going to be a good coach take.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you put Sydney Sweeney at? A 10? Are you at a 10? Or
She's I don't know if anyone is like quote unquote 10, but she's pretty close to it.
Oh man, Jake, we got different standards, bro.
She's not a 6, dude. Come on.
So if I said
9.
a 7,
9.
if I said a 7, am I still crazy?
She's at least a 9. Come on,
bro. I think her face, bro. When you look at her face, it's a little.
Whatever.
She's a little cross-eyed.
I don't have it in me. I argue with you about football. I don't have it in me to do Sydney Sweeney arguments. What else you got?
I kind of forgot with the Sydney Sweeney, honestly. No, what I really wanted to do, because you see my headline, it says "Say My Name," right? So I thought there was this guy out there. There's this guy who's supposed to be, this mythical character and everything like that. This guy Dave Brigga, One Punch Brigga, but he's scared to say my name. So I think I own Dave Brigga now. So I think we should replace Dave Brigga with me in the tournament, because Dave Brigga is scared of me. So unless Dave Brigga can come out and say my name with conviction, and when he wants to say something, he can actually say it to me. Until then, Dave Brigga is nothing to me. So I think.
What am I missing with Dave Brigga? What did Dave Brigga say that called you out?
Dave Brigga called in yesterday and refused to say my name. He said people make takes like this, and I'm not going to say names. And he was directly responding to what I had to say.
What was your take?
I don't even remember, Jake. Honestly, I'm still thinking about Sydney Sweeney. I totally forgot. I totally forgot what I was going to call in about.
Oh no, it was about. You said something about what was your bounty super chat? Jesus the fairy
Jesus,
or something?
Yeah, there we go. It was about Jesus and whatever, and then Dave Brigga called in talking about, some people want to talk this and that about
this
Jesus.
Is why we don't do politics and religion on a sports show.
I'm just saying. I didn't bring it up. I tried to get it off the screen.
Yeah, but you said Jesus is fake, basically.
No, I said he's a fairy tale. He's a fairy tale.
Okay, fairy tale, fake, very similar phrase. Your point was similar. That's why Dave rightfully was upset as a religious man.
I mean, hey, but I was trying to squash it. That's my.
You
whole
also
point.
spelled tail wrong as well, apparently, according to leader of Jets.
Listen, bro. I didn't go to school for grammar and stuff like that, so it is what it is. There's also autocorrect, so if you're gonna murder me, whatever, it's all good. My point is, Dave Brigga is scared of me. He didn't want to say my name. He had the opportunity
Dave
to
Brigga's
do it.
not scared of you.
He's scared of me, Jake. He
No,
didn't
he's
want to say my
not.
name.
Dave
He didn't want to say
Brigga,
my name.
he doesn't back down to anyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Johnny,
Say
I'm
my
only
name. Say my
Hey,
name.
Johnny, I'm
What's
only
up,
calling.
Dave?
Just shut your mouth, okay?
Oh, don't
Shut
get
your
mad.
mouth.
Don't get mad.
I'm
Don't
only
get
calling
mad.
because you're trying to troll me,
I'm
okay?
trying to troll
That's
you.
it. You're a
I'm trying
troll.
to troll you.
You're trying to troll me, baby. You think I'm afraid of you?
Dave,
I'd knock you from here to kingdom come. You got to be kidding me.
Dave,
You're
you
a
couldn't
punk.
walk to the front door, bro.
You're a punk.
Relax.
You're a
Relax.
punk,
Relax.
buddy.
Relax. Just say my name,
You
bro.
try to get me fired up. So
You got
it
yourself
didn't
fired
work.
up.
You're a
I'm saying
troll.
just say my name, Dave. That's all I want you to do.
You're
When you call
Johnny,
me,
not Jets Johnny. You're just Johnny.
when
Johnny boy.
you
But not
call
the
me
good
out,
Johnny boy. You're just Johnny.
oh, that's
You
Johnny
got
boy.
it? Johnny.
You
You're
gotta
nothing.
say it
Zero.
right,
Here,
Dave. You gotta
that's
say
you.
it right.
Zero. Mr. Zero.
Jets, Johnny.
You're not Jets.
Get it
Jets
right.
Johnny, a fraud.
When you
Just
call
like
me,
B-Mac.
but when you call me out, you gotta say
I
my
call you
name,
out
bro.
because you know what? You made terrible statements in the chat, and I didn't want to cause any trouble. I could call you out any
But you
day.
couldn't. But you didn't
Johnny.
say my name. But
Johnny
you didn't say
Jet.
my name.
Jets Johnny.
What are you,
Fraud.
Mikey now? You're Mikey now? Johnny Jet.
Come on, Mikey. Hey, you're a
Why
troll.
are
You're
you
a
mad,
professional
bro?
troll, buddy.
You're
You're a
supposed to be
troll.
a
Put crap in
follower
the
of
chat.
Christ.
Put
And you're
crap in
over
the
here
chat
getting
just like you
mad
do.
because I told you to say my name. That's
I
crazy,
said your
bro.
name. What would I fear you
You didn't
for?
say my name
You're the
yesterday.
last person I would fear. Believe me, I only
That's
fear
funny.
God.
Okay.
Okay? That means
God
he's
doesn't
awesome as
exist.
opposed to what you think of him.
Prove
Okay?
God exists. Prove God exists.
Pardon me?
Prove God exists.
He proves it in the creation. I'm not getting into spiritual talk with you because I'm not going to cast my pearls to the swines. Okay?
To the
That's
swines.
Matthew 7. That's what I
All
do. I'm
right.
not getting into stuff
So,
here.
so you're not
I'm
gonna
not going
say
to
my
disgrace
name. You're
God's
not
name in
gonna
front of
answer the
you because
question.
you're not worth the time or effort, buddy.
You're just gonna get
You're not
mad.
worth the
Okay.
time.
So you're like,
Oh, yeah. That feels better. Oh, baby. All right, as they all say, Superman to the rescue.
All right. Let's settle down. We don't need to bring religion into this. All right. Jets Johnny, knock it off. Dave Brigg is a man of high character. And we will not stand for this. These shows have been insane, though, I will add. Ref Fan for Life wrote, "Nobody's scared of you, Jets Johnny, or your lame rap music." Ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? We go to a man who was absolutely disgusted when the Rumble was going on between Beast, leader of Jets, and Gary 3D Boxing.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
Bob?
Hey, Jake, I want to talk about Sydney Sweeney. She's a 9 to me, too. Because she's going to be in the new movie, Gilligan's Island. Do you hear that?
What?
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when that starts. I looked it up. It doesn't say when it airs. So, no, I think she's a 9. I disagree with Jets Charlie. Okay, so I have to ask you a question. Does the Jets need a running back at all?
I don't think it's a need. I do think they could draft someone on day 3.
Okay, you don't want Love then. Okay.
They're not
I
going
just
to draft
wanted to know
Jeremiah
if you
Love.
could use me. Okay, you want a linebacker, I think you said. So that'd be good.
I want a defensive player. Arvell Reese, he's not really a linebacker. He can play linebacker, but he's going to be an edge in their defense.
What team is he from again?
Ohio State.
Oh, okay, Reese. Okay, tomorrow works out good for me. Tomorrow, I could call in from Dr. Lacani's office tomorrow.
Are you going to be with Mikey? Because we know his internet's going to be bad if he tries to do it on his own.
Well, Mikey, he'd probably be with me tomorrow. Yeah.
All right. We'll get you on together. That'll be great.
Yeah, this works good for us this time. Not the afternoon, because Michael's working in the afternoon, so. But it will work out tomorrow. And my mother's in the hospital.
Is she okay?
She got an infection on her legs. You know what? I had it before. You know what?
Oh no. Did she have maggots stuck in her feet?
No, cellulitis. That's what I had before. She has that.
Well, I hope,
Because
I hope she's okay. Send her my best.
Yeah, I will. Thank you very much, Jake. No, I didn't have anything to say about that stupid thing, those three. No, I wanted to talk to you.
Who's
I
your
wanna
least
talk
favorite
about
of those three? Gary, Beast, or leader of Jets?
I'd say leader of the Jets.
Yeah.
That guy's a moron.
You've had
That guy
battles with
doesn't
Gary,
know-
though, and Beast. Which person do you
Well,
dislike more?
I don't like the guy you said. I don't like him.
Yeah, but what
Throw
about
him-
throw him out? How about Beast and Gary? You've rumbled with both of them.
Well, Beast. Yeah, I'll take. I'd rather take Gary over Beast.
Really?
Because, well, Gary told me to do the carnivore diet, and it's working for me. Because
Are
I
you
don't
on it
have
right
any.
now?
Yeah. Inflammation. I don't have any more in my body, which I used to do. He said don't eat vegetables, which I don't need vegetables anyway. And then you see what happened to Hamburger, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He kept telling him you got to eat vegetables. Now look at him. He lost a lot of weight.
You
when he
lost weight.
called
You look
in.
good. I noticed
So
it in your
Gary,
face.
I'm 234 now, Jake. I'm 234.
You look good.
I got weighed at the nursing home when I left. So, yeah, I feel good too. I can't. Jake, would you like to go to the Mets and Yankee game in May?
Would I like to go?
It's
Yeah,
on a Friday night.
I'd like to go.
At City Field. There's Nate's gonna do a meetup over there.
Oh,
So
baby.
Rick Kent's gonna be there
Subway
too.
Series.
Yeah. I don't know if Micah could go because he got this heart issue, and
You guys got to worry
I
about
think
your
he should be
your
able to-
health. All right, your mom's in the hospital.
No,
you just had your
I'm
toe
great.
amputated. Mikey's dealing with stuff. You guys got to get
I
your
know.
health in order. We can't be worrying about any baseball games right now.
My health is great. I'm going to the baseball game so I can meet Rick Kent.
Okay.
I am feeling healthy. You can see it right here. I got to shave again.
How healthy are you? Can you dance?
forget
Can you give
this
us a little vintage Bobby Midnight? Can you move and groove a little bit like you used to?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Well, on my show, I got money for showing my, you know what.
Yeah, give us
put
some
me on
vintage
full
Bobby
screen,
Midnight.
put some-
Remind people who you be.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I did that on my show. I got some money on it.
Yeah, let's go. I'll send you a Venmo based on how many super chats come in here. Oh yeah, he's back, folks.
Yeah, I told you I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
Like, to my nipples are smaller too.
Oh, the
Like, you ever
nipples are
see King
smaller.
of Queens?
Of course.
Remember Gary J? Remember Doug? He lost weight and he called them. I forget what he called them.
Oh yeah, this is the first time I've seen you do this with 9 toes. This is great.
Yeah, I got good balance. One time I was at the refrigerator. I forgot my walker and walked to the bathroom. I think my toe doesn't hurt at all. Yeah, how's everything going good?
Oh yeah, people are loving this.
Oh, I doubt that. Come on, Jake.
No, this is great. Let me bring on Beast. He could dance as well, right, Beast?
No, I'm not. No.
I just basically lost my appetite.
Well, I lose your appetite when we see your fat ass every day, okay?
Hey,
I lose my appetite when I see your fat ass on the show. Shut the fuck up.
Vai spacci scemo, poi curva.
Oh, fuck you. Shut up.
Idzie si
Shut
kurwa.
up.
Idzie si
You
kurwa.
drive me nuts.
Kurwa
You put me
idzie.
down. I didn't put you down. Okay. Jake, I talked to you. I don't want to deal with him.
I'm Beastbreaker and I love Harry Potter. I'm a magical fart wizard. Abracadabra, bitches. I'm gonna blast ass in my diaper.
keep up. Keep up. Everyone is just at each other's throats today. All of a sudden, Beast and Bobby are now rumbling. God. Unbelievable. Super chat from Peg and Artie. Prayers for Bobby's mom. Bobby, you're looking better and better every day. I agree. I thought Bob looked really good there. And the nips definitely smaller. I did notice that, Bob. All right, a couple calls left, then the raffle. Last chance to get in. Derek, you're next. What's up, Derek?
Hey, Jake, how we doing, brother, man?
What's up?
Man. See, this is what happens when the Jets have bad seasons, man. Just everybody, they're just the Jets fans are all at each other's neck. We got to put our swords down. We got to get along. We'll get through this. It'll be all right.
This is all I know as a Jet fan since I started this show. It's bad seasons.
It's truly phenomenal. Oh, I just wanted to thank you. This came in the mail yesterday.
Oh, let's go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother.
You gotta get a
I love
frame
it.
for that.
I know, man. I know. I'm gonna get on that. It fits perfectly too. Thanks so much. You and the community are the best, man. I just had a couple little Jets take here. I think was that leader of Jets said that Jalen Hurts and Bo Nix didn't have success in college. Jalen Hurts went 51-5, and Bo Nix went 22-5 in Oregon. So I don't know.
And also, look at the amount of games they played. Bo Nix started, I think, a record amount of college games because of the COVID year, and he transferred. Bo Nix had a historic amount of starts in college.
Yeah, bro's got to watch some more college football. And then, in terms of the draft, I'm kind of okay no matter what direction we go it to. I'd like Reese because he's only 20. I think he's going to be a great player. I don't really hate David Bailey, but the 2 years younger, I think that's something that you got to look at. And then somebody was saying linebacker or safety at 2, like in Downs or maybe Sonny Styles. You look at the money that linebackers and safeties go for. I feel like you can fill those needs in free agency. I just think there's better value at edge rusher at 2. That'd be actually pretty surprised if we don't take Reese at 2. And then 16, I'm so sick. What was that stat? We was talking about like a month ago, like the Jets have more games played than touchdowns or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I want to see this team score some points, I'm so sick of not being able to break 14 points and you're in a professional, this is the highest level of football and we can't score points. It's tough. So I would really love receiver at 16, but say there's not one there that you love. I'd like to go Sadiq, but I just wanted to thank you again for the jersey, Jake. I appreciate it, man. Your show's the best. Love all my fellow Asmaniacs. I think I'll take the rest off call, brother. JETS, Jets. Let's go, baby. Put your swords
great
down.
call, man. Love it. Great call. Glad that your signed Kemba Y jersey arrived. All right. Couple calls left, then the raffle. Dave Briga has called back in. Dave, the floor is yours.
Okay, Jake. Listen, I'm just between. I don't want to speak to anybody else. This call will be just between you and me. Don't put anybody else on. Listen, I call in here as a Jets fan. Okay? I don't need to be creating religious arguments and having people attack each other. I think it's about time that if people can't, we just got to stop. If it's going to come down to arguing over spiritual, religious content, we should just put an end to it altogether because it's not going to work. We have two different opinions here. Okay? And these guys are going to be trolling people. It isn't going to work. I mean, we just better cut it out because you're not going to come after me and troll me. Okay? Or anybody else. Gary's got his own opinions on spiritual life too. It's got to stop. We just better stop it altogether. That's my suggestion here. Okay? I don't know, Jake. It's just got to stop. It's got to stop offending the people that have a relationship with God and those that don't. Okay? It's just gotten over the edge here. It's really gone over the edge, and I don't appreciate it. That was a personal attack against God. That last one. There was no reason to come on here like he did. Mr. Johnny, okay? I won't call him a Jets because he shows no aptitude of being a Jet, except for the losing scheme that we're in. Okay? So let's just end this. Let's just end this religious stuff, okay? Talk about, because it's offensive to what's going on here. I don't know, Jake. You're the leader of this crew, and you got to set the standards. That's all I'm telling you. It's creating a lot of havoc here.
Well, I agree.
Nobody needs the headaches.
We don't do politics or religion on the show. So
when
it comes up, I'm not on board with it.
No, it's gone way over the edge here now. Really it has, We
Well,
don't need
Jet
to be
Johnny
arguing.
called
about
in though, and he was when he called and he said, he was going after you right away with his call. I didn't even know why, and I forgot about.
Well, because
his,
of
super
yesterday,
chat.
he was,
Yeah.
he's making comments in the chat, anti-Christ comments. Okay, simple as that. So I didn't want to name anybody. So he portrayed me as being not a man. And hey, listen, if I wanted to cause creation, I could have put Jets Johnny, he's anti-God, anti-Christ in there, which he proved, by the way. So I don't, just leave it alone. Just everybody's got to cool down, leave this stuff alone. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say, Jake.
Well, Dave, we appreciate you calling in.
All right, take care, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Briga with us. What a show. Chef Kevin in the house. He's in the raffle for 2. Great show, Jake. Neil better bring his A game against me. Simp in for Ty at 16. Won't save him against me. Let's go, Jets. Richie on the Jet Roundtable today asked me, do you have a name for the Ty Simpson fans? Like the Glenn Bootlickers, the Zach Wilson truthers. I'm pretty good at coming up with a name that sticks. I don't have one for Ty just yet. There's a couple I've thought of. Ty guys or the Simpson Simps, but I don't have like a defined name at this point. Maybe we'll get there, but I don't have it just yet. All right, last chance here. Not to get in on the phones because I am removing the call-in line, but to enter the raffle. Couple calls left. Here we go.
Jets, Jets. Good. Mike is muted.
You're on the air.
Oh, you can hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me? Lovely. Sometimes I feel like a parent with like the level of technological ineptitude that I demonstrate. But I just had a quick question, Jake. Do you get a haircut today?
I did.
Looks beautiful. Whoever says you can't land Sydney Sweeney is lying to you. So that's all I really. I feel like I love how riled up everyone is. The Beast, leader of Jets, Gary 3-way call was stunning. And this is why I'm here for the off season. I'll be tuning in, hanging out, and I'm along for the ride. Thank you for all the content, Jake and Asmaniac community.
Amanda, thank you. Farewell.
Have a wonderful evening.
Go Jets.
Jets, Jets.
This has been some show. Ladies and gentlemen, today's closer is a man who knows how to lay on his bed.
He's home, his bed is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, his belly's on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. He calls the show, his belly's on the bed. He's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the Jets, super chats. Where's a big fella, sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Where's a big fella? Cause it feels good.
I love that song, man. Show's been crazy, bro. It's been wild.
It really has been. It's had something for everyone. Even an
Yeah.
old school type of throwback show with Bobby taking his shirt off and dancing.
Yeah, people going at it, man. Bobby lost a lot of weight. He looks good, man. He's doing really good.
And those nipples were smaller.
Yeah, they went from what is it, bologna to pepperoni or something like that. But I got some advice for David T. All right, I know he likes his fireball and everything, and I've been looking at the Instagram thing, and it says that if you put alcohol in a Brita, it makes alcohol taste better because it gets out the impurities. So I just wanted to pass that advice along to him. I love David T, and I want him to have a really good drink, bro. That's what I want. So, I saw that and I was like, David T, he's always drinking Fireball on ice, to chill out, let's get him a good drink, man. So that's what I wanted to call in about.
What are your thoughts on leader of Jets? He seems to be the new polarizing figure in the chat.
Well, for a guy who complains about other callers' takes being terrible, you would think that his takes would be good. And, you know, they're kind of dog shit. So, you know, that's what I see about that, you know. But, you know, to each their own, you know, people who complain about stuff like that, you know, they have something going on in their life, I guess, or they just want to be dicks. So that's it. But anyway, I just want to say it was a great show. It's been a great couple shows, dude. Yesterday was great. Today was great. And, you know, I love the community. And congrats to Purple Belt Mike for kicking ass today against the AI guy. And you know, that's it. Looking forward to tomorrow. It should be good matchups tomorrow too, man.
It always is, big fella. Great call by you. Way to set the tone for what we're all about.
Thanks, man. You know, everybody have a good night and take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella.
Right.
Shout out to Ted, who's in the raffle. Ted Regario, agree with Dave. Football thoughts, please. I agree, man. I mean, look, I can't control what Gary says or Jets Johnny says. Yeah, this show does get off the rails a little bit. I mean, I can't control what a guy in his attic does.
I'm putting icy hot on my back. This will take off the pain and the blemishes.
Hell, stop.
You know, things happen on this show. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, yeah. That feels better. Oh, baby. All right, as they all say, Superman to the rescue.
Things happen, man. It's been some show. Someone's about to win a Jets jersey, though. I'm very excited about that. So let's bring on our master of raffle ceremony so we can determine who's going to win the jersey.
This is Sergeant Slaughter demanding to you, now it's time to all you maggots in every part of the world. It's time to spin the 2026 Wheel of Champions. And that's in order. Now go to the wheel, sir. You are dismissed.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Here we go, folks. Someone's going to win a jersey after I put Black Gypsy in because he always waits to be the last person. Hold on. Black Gypsy, let's get you in here. Black Gypsy. Now, I have a funny feeling Cisco's going to win. Because of the 41 memberships, he's got about 30 of them. But crazy things happen on the raffle wheel. You never know. You got to be in it to win it. We'll spin the Wheel of Champions. If you win, you have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your preferred player, the size you want the jersey in of that player, and obviously your name and address so I know where to order it to. Good luck to everyone. If you don't win, or even if you do win, you're in the weekly raffle on Saturday, which combines all the entries from all our shows. And we give out 3 to 5 signed items every week. Here we go. Good luck to all, but the winner is... the favorite, Cisco Lopez, has won a Jet jersey. Congrats to him. Hit it. Let's go. Congratulations to Cisco Lopez. He sent someone to the hole. He brought someone back from the hole. What a legend. What a show. All right. We're not done just yet, though. Folks, time to declare a winner in Asmaniac Madness this afternoon. This one was all PBM, a blowout. Purple Belt Mike advances to the round of 32, 81-19, the final score, 373 votes that were cast. So congratulations to Mike on moving on. And that means, as you take a look at the bracket here, it will be King Lowski and PBM in the second round. That is a tough round of 32 battle that we'll break down later on next week as we get set for the round of 32 on Saturday with Kyle Clifton in the leadoff spot against Rob, the Jet fan. Tomorrow on the show, we got 2 battles for you. In the morning, it's the Midnight Bros, Bobby Midnight and Mikey Midnight. Tomorrow afternoon, it's Party with Peg and Artie and Charleston Jets Rube. Shirts might be optional in that battle. Folks, you guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Love all of you. Most of you. We'll be back again tomorrow. Go Jets. And before we get out of here, presented by FanDuel, little Sweet 16 odds for you. If you're watching the Sweet 16 later, you can bet on all the games over at FanDuel Sportsbook, our presenting sponsor. I'll talk to you guys soon. As always, let's go Jets. Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets. Take it away, Lane.
On the 2022 draft pick, the pick goes to Knoble out of college. Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets.